Treant, not really. Tiny until he gets a blink. Again, not really. And a Batrider, he needs the boots of travels and stuff like that. So you need a strong Visage that can stand his ground. Navi are again gonna be looking to slow down the game. Again, I said it even in game number one. Against a team like Spirit, they are gonna recognize it. They might not have done it in game. Now they'll recognize it. They'll run.
The battle begins.
Yeah, Mira has to be careful. I mean, he does have that Crystal Maiden, but he's trying to get himself in. He does actually get the rune and get himself out with the tether as well. That was cheeky from Mira, but it pays off.
Beautiful. He gets fed a Tango, has the headdress. He'll be more than happy to return to the lane where they've already taken down the trees with the trample. So TSpirit are gonna be quite fine. I'm hoping Collapse is bringing the Tangos. Yeah. Playing the lane without the Tangos even have.
No, but yeah, he was ready to go all in before the runes did drop here with the the 3 branches with that extra move speed coming through. So the wind lace, offering a little bit more utility here with that trample, a little bit bonus damage because obviously it scales off how fast you do move, the damage that you put out with this trample. And you can see that Melody's trying to get... he's got a really nice ward down. He got that down before, again, the very beginning of the game, before the runes dropped. He did get this ward down here. So Melody should be able to see any pulls that do come through. Any couriers that are moving up as well, if he wants to potentially look for a courier snipe, which I think that's what he was going for there before Mira shut him down.
He was trying to kill Mira. He can't really do much to Collapse. He's gonna get trampled. If Mira is connected to Collapse, you're not going to him, especially with armor. But we're trying to push the wisp back, so that the thing is, this lane only gets harder. The only thing you can really do in it is kind of secure the farm.
Yeah, and looking at the mid lane, so we're going to see Lol coming up against Nicky Cool on his Batrider once again here. Nicky Cool, this time Lol on the Pangolier. He's going to be going for the... would you go for more swashbuckle against the Batrider just to offer, the escape, or do you want that shield crash?
No, the slow on the bat is more valuable than getting away, because you get away from him with the swashbuckle, he turns you back with the...
Yeah.
But if you're slowing down with the shield crash and he can't get on top of you, that's the way that you... That's the way... That's why even in Ursa in the mid lane, you... Stuff like that, because you have that potential. Tango does this thing with shield crash, and he is the same.
Yeah, and it looks like as well that Pangolier, he picks up the boots before he goes for the bottle, so he wants that extra movement speed. He wants that extra mobility coming out on the Pangolier. And Nicky Cool, how is he looking? It actually looks like he's got that bottle first item, so he's going to be a little bit behind on the movement. In fact, with the sticky napalm, the sticky napalm stack up, Pangolier, he's going to be down to 289 with 4 stacks, but 345 with those boots. Nicky Cool, he's got them coming out on the next item, but it is just going to be a little bit of extra mobility here for the Pangolier in this early part of the lane.
Collapse is already diving. We talked about the Primal Beast and the IO diving. I wasn't really thinking about minute 3, but yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's... Also, look at the bottom lane. This time around, Mepashka is not taking any damage. This is just going to allow Itoro to get everything he wants. Navi are getting decimated. It's 0-0 in kills, but in terms of CS, they are not playing.
Yeah, you can see that all 3 cores on the side of Navi, they've got those last hits. They're stacking them, all 3 cores on the side of Spirit, are stacking the last hits over Navi. And Mepashka, like you say, he's got a lot of regen coming into this lane. 6 tangos to start off with a salve as well as a stick. So he is going to have that survivability to be offered in this lane. And then, like I said, this time, Lays, they don't have the burst damage coming through enough to be able to get the kill onto Mepashka. Mepashka's just playing back safe, it looks like there as well. Sweet and strong. Not going to be able to close the gap as well onto the Crystal Maiden. So this lane could be a little bit different from that first game, like you were talking about. Collapse on the top lane as well. He's not scared of coming back behind that tier 1 tower, getting onto the creep wave. And Melody, he's got the leech seed, so he's going to offer some sustain to himself, but he doesn't really have the harass damage to come out against Collapse.
But they're smart enough to keep their distance. Maybe now with Sweet and Strong getting level 3, if he well, they might be able to kill the Crystal Maiden, but that doesn't... Larl is approaching that level 6. I'm expecting so many rotations to... Because it's not like the Batrider is pressure your tower.
No, you know, not a big build and taker. Yeah, do you think Nicky Cool is just going to mirror any movements that Lol makes then once he hits that level 6 himself to try and counter gank any lanes that Pangolier wants to apply pressure on?
I think you mirror it, but literally not going to lane where the Pangolier is one.
Right.
That's how I think. Because where the Pango is with the Rolling Thunder, unless he's already invested and made a big blunder going way too deep, then okay, you can punish him. But even then, it's not something that the Bat will get on top of Pango.
Yeah, and Lol now, he's not too far away, a creep or two away from that level 6, so he is going to have the mana as well if he wants to TP to a lane, maybe apply that pressure. How's Bat looking in terms of the levels as well? Nicky Cool. Yeah, so this creep wave, both heroes should be getting that level 6. Top lane, Collapse. Again, this isn't even his tower, and he's just so comfortable with Mira backing him up, just playing underneath the tier 1.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, Collapse. He's going to be taking a lot of damage coming through from the Nature's Grasp. There's going to be the Ursa coming through from V-Tune as well. He's still going to be able to dive himself away. Level 1 here into the Onslaught, so he is going to have that really wide dive away here from the Primal Beast to get himself out of danger. If he needs that ripcord, you know, needs that eject button, he can press it and just immediately get out of danger. Because until level 6 onto the Treant, there's no real lockdown on this lane here for the side of Navi.
Robbie and me used to cast the Division in DPC and Tour 1 and Tour 2 in the previous year. Man, they were like this every game. Until 7 minutes, nothing is happening. And I was always like, okay, at least Division 1 didn't adopt it, but after a year, Division 1 understands this is the way to play Dota. And we now see it in TSpirit and Navi, they just don't want to touch each other.
I love this, the mid lane, it looks like Lolly, is he going to go down here? Nicky Cool does pick up the first blood. I love that he waited, he got himself on top with the Firefly as Collapse does get the kill onto V-Tune in the top lane. And is there going to be aggression on the bottom lane? The Frostbite comes out now, but there's going to be the toss back, so CK, he didn't actually use the Chaos Ball to get the stun onto Laze and the toss away. But yeah, mid lane, we saw Nicky Cool, he waited for the Rolling Thunder animation to come out, and then he dropped the lasso. Didn't drop it straight away because you were already on top of the Pangolier, and he got enough damage to get the kill off with that Firefly still ticking.
I think that's actually a nice, good way to make sure that the Laurel isn't ganking. And he's TPing to the top lane, whereas the Ursa TP'd into the mid lane to refill them. That's interesting. Okay, that means that they want the tower. Without the siege creep, with these 3 heroes, you're not getting
Radiant are scanning.
Nope. Marty, though, he's in the trees. Does Collapse want to dive into it? He does have that onslaught if he wants to use it, but there's still gonna be, I mean, the living armor comes out, this creep wave, and you can see the Pangolier already moving himself back into the mid lane here, lol. And how much damage did he get? Didn't get anything onto that mid tier 1 tower. Nicky Cool.
Middle tower is under attack.
If I'm Navi, I'm happy, man. The lane started off pretty badly for them. Now, when we see the Bat, he's way ahead of the Pango. And Laze, he didn't have a great lane, but he's not being bullied by the Pango as I thought he would be. So he's at least going to be able to get some nice levels here. He still hasn't died a single... If I'm Navi, I'm super happy. I thought the start to the lanes is going to be way too dangerous for them.
Yeah, it's really strong. Actually picks up the Invis rune here now as well, just to make sure Lol can't bottle it off. Mapochka came in with the Frostbite onto the Batrider, but the Rolling Thunder's going to come down, and now the Urchok, he has to swashbuckle himself away from that. There isn't a lasso for the next 10 seconds, so they couldn't take advantage of the Rolling Thunder wearing off, but it's just enough to keep the Batrider alive, and that's the most important part of that fight breaking out. Good rotation coming in from the Tiny to make sure that he offered some protection against the after the Frostbite came out from Mapochka, and the Batrider just pulls a stage left and gets himself out of danger.
This is okay for Navi. Their towers aren't dropping. We'll see now if Collapse will be able to make
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This would be big if he can, and it seems like no one is rotating, so it will be going down. So despite Navi, you know, getting some gold on their path and not really leading too many kills, they're still gonna let go of this tower, and that is not ideal. Ursa just isn't having that good of a game, and getting a Battle Fury and the Power Treads, he has a long way.
Yeah, but it looks like he is being given the mid lane here to help find that farm, find the solo experience, and it's... I mean, the Batrider's in the jungle, so the Batrider's going to be looking for the stacks. They give the solo mid lane over to the Ursa, which means, you know, if there's anything that kicks off the Ursa, he's just going to be able to hang on this side of the river as well. The TPs that come in will offer some protection, so He's level 6 as well, so he's got the enrage, so he's got that extra protection himself. So I think at the minute, as long as Visage doesn't cross the river, there's a low threshold of kill potential here that comes out against the Ursa. So he is going to be given that time just to find the farm that he needs. In fact, Nicky Cool might just back away and give this farm over to Visage here as well, so he can get closer to those power treads, closer to the Battle Fury.
It's all about TSpirit. Navi, we already talked about it. Their heroes aren't really capable of making plays. I mean, you have Tiny, without the Blink Dagger, not that powerful. Treant, not going to be doing anything other than pushing out the battle. Even the Visage, he needs to stand in the lane. So, Spirit know this, and Spirit are calculating right now what they need to do. I still think Laurel could have gotten a few kills on the map, getting a bit more of a lead for his team, but for now, they seem comfortable not doing anything. So, I'm kind of thinking TSpirit, they kind of want to force out the same scenario as they did in the previous game. Poke in the top lane, in the enemy jungle, force Navi to overextend, crush them, and from that, take over the game. That's the idea. That's something I would be gunning for if I was in their spot. Navi are actually allowing the mid lane tower to take some unnecessary damage. This should be prevented, for sure, especially because you have a Treant.
Yeah, the living armor is coming out on this mid lane tower, but the catapult is going to be there as well, so they are going to be able to stack some damage up. In fact, Laurel's going to be taking the tower shots as well, just to make sure this creep wave gets here before the tower targets onto that catapult creep. And this tier 1 tower, 300 health left. This might actually go down here with the help of the catapult. Living armor comes out again with Poshka, just going to be on the front lines. Crystal Nova does get dropped onto V-Tune. Hasty here for the Pangolier. Laurel, does he want to try and make something happen? The Frostbite as well onto the Tiny, but it looks like Laurel, he doesn't want to overcommit, and it's going to be the deny onto the tier 1 tower, but it does still go down, which creates the space, creates the access to both the triangle and the dire jungle here from the side of TSpirit. In fact, Collapse is saying, I didn't need access to be granted to me. This is my jungle anyway, and I'm going to be taking all the farm I want from this.
And finally, goes TSpirit's rotation to work. He seems like he's not aware, but this time around, he has a mech. He's not really that easy to target for.
Yeah, this time he is going to be going towards the Guardian's Greaves. Yutaro is going to be coming through. Lyle, does he want to go in with the Rolling Thunder? It looks like he wants to be building towards the Diffusal Blade here now as well, but Laze, he's just hanging himself back behind these trees. He doesn't want to give himself away. Like you say, they're not sure where everyone is on the map, so the Spidey sense here for the Visage just tingling, and he doesn't come too far forwards, just underneath the tier 1, just in case anything kicks off, so those TPs can come in to protect him. Yeah, he only has the backup of Malady here. Malady level 7, so he does have the overgrowth, and it's creating space for V-Tune. At least V-Tune is finding the farm. He's going to be able to get himself towards that Battle Fury. He does pick that up now, so that's going to accelerate his farm out. But who is this really benefiting in here? 12 minutes in, 1-to-1 in terms of kills. Both teams getting the space for the carries that they need. Is this more, does Yutaro prefer this, or does TSpirit need to get aggressive and look to put the pressure onto the Ursa sometime soon?
It doesn't have to be the Ursa. TSpirit wants kills. Their lineup is very good at getting kills, though. Considering that they're taking down towers and not getting kills, that's fine with them as well, because you're losing the map as Navi, and you're going for a battlefield here. So having a low amount of map, that is why TSpirit are okay by not kills.
Well, they're going to try and make a dive in onto the Visage as well. The Swashbuckle comes out, but there is going to be the stuff. Freezing Field's going to be there, and they get the kill onto Laze Mira. All 5 heroes from the side of Spirit are down here. Swedenstrong has to run himself away. They have the route onto Malady as well. Malady's going to be taken down, and they get the kill onto Swedenstrong. Can they go even further onto this Nicky Cool? Relocate, but it only drags back onto the IO. Nicky Cool, he's not going to use that lasso. Collapse, big tanky boy, looking towards finishing off that BKB there as well. So a good rotation, and Spirit, they get 3 kills out of that. Don't lose anyone.
Mira's and Collapse's positioning has kind of been the main thing of this. Not a lot of things are happening, but what is happening is that they're poking on giving info to their team and constantly pulling some heroes. And that is creating so much potential.
Look at this. Collapse, he wants to get in. He's got the BKB this time as well. He's going to use that Tumbles Toy and the Trample. Now there's going to be the last solo coming out onto the Primal Beast. Do they have enough lockdown to kill off Collapse? That BKB will be run off sometime soon, and they do get the kill Laze. He's going to be able to get some revenge, gets himself a double kill here on Maposhka and Collapse. And it looks like Navi, do they want to chase even further? There's no overgrowth, but it looks like Yutaro and Mira are going to be backing themselves away. And lol, he was already out there as well.
TSpirit want to fight this. They're staying in the area, showing that they want to fight this once their heroes around. This is kind of dangerous for Navi, especially if TSpirit start bringing it. Okay, Laurel doesn't have a TP, then this should be it. This really should be it. Laurel went to the mid lane and doesn't have a TP, and Navi.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, and they do take this tier 1 tower, like you say, so V-Tune's going to be able to pick that one up, get him out. He's got about, what's that, just over 1,000 gold to catch up with the Chaos Knight, and Yatoro, he's, you know, Yatoro is looking really good. He's using the Phantasms to farm, he's looking for the extra speed, but the relocate's going to be coming in. In fact, they might actually find out Nicky Cool. There's going to be the relocate onto the Batrider with the Pulverize now as well. They get the Frostbite, they get the lockdown, they're going to get the Bat.
Every time I see the Pulverize, I want to see the interactions. The Reality Rift just pulls you out of it. I just have a friend who spammed Primal Beast quite a lot and he always gets annoyed. Spell, it doesn't work. Like, it doesn't work. Like, every single thing cancels it, or sometimes when you expect something to cancel it, it just doesn't. Yeah. It's weird, people are still getting used to it. Obviously, if you pull a hero out of his arms, he's not going to be able to smash it into the ground any longer. Spirit are just allowed to do whatever they want on the map. Navi have no play potential until Sweden Strong playing. And I don't know, at that point, there's kind of going to be cores too tanky to kill, and the only one that you're going to be able to bring down is the Crystal Lane, and putting yourself in a vulnerable. I wouldn't want to be.
Look at this wrap around. Yeah, Lay's going to be chased down. Reality, if the drag back, the familiars are going to be there. Can they carry on chasing? He's going to try and use the mechanism to keep himself alive, going towards those Guardians. In fact, he's changed his mind to the pipe, but yeah, he's still going to be dead. One more rifle come through from the Chaos Knight. They do get the kill, and now they might even be able to go for more, but there's going to be the toss back onto Mali. Samira, he's trying to get himself away from this one. Where's that tether? Does he have it up? He's going to be able to get himself right back onto Yatoro. And the way they started that fight, they went round the backside of the creeps into the trees, knowing that if they want through the vision, that Lay's just go for the TP away. Really nice positioning coming through from the Chaos Knight and the IO to move out of vision of the dire creeps and find the kill onto the Visage.
And while this is happening, V-Tune is barely surviving. It's not like he's hitting creeps all this time. He's just going for a BKB to try and make that one fight happen like in the previous game. But where do you actually attack creeps? Look at the vision of TSpirit. Top lane, or the bottom lane, they're controlling it with their heroes. It's just impossible for Navi to play Dota.
Yeah, and bottom lane, they might even be able to take down Sweden Strong. As the Reality Rift comes in, Yatoro picks up the kill here, and Mira just grouping up with the Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight is online. V-Tune, it's going to kill into my pocket. They want to go even further though. The relocate's going to be coming in. This is going to be the Reality Rift. He take down V-Tune. He's just straight up dead. He'd already used the Enrage. It was down for another 10 seconds, and they're going to be able to open up the map once again here on the side of Spirit. Nicky Cool, he's used that lasso, so there's nothing else that they can do here. They can't even try and posture up to take down Mira as he relocates back in, because Yatoro, he's still got the Phantasm, he's still got the kill potential, and they might even go for more here. Nicky Cool going to be slowed down, but the Nature's Grasp does come out onto the lane, and Yatoro doesn't have a Blink Dagger just yet.
We get you here, Rob. It's fine that you can't pronounce Sweden Strong name, because it's very tough to call someone strong when you're seeing them just being crushed on your screen over and over again. Like, literally, he can't find impact in his game. And speaking of finding, Lace has been found once again and brought down.
Yeah, I like the fact that he must have been microing the familiars there, because he doesn't even react when Yatoro comes up and just boops him in the nose. You know,
What's up, man? It's not that he didn't react. Like, what was he supposed to do? Like, the only thing he can do is panic, but the manly stoic thing would be, yeah, that's so what? So what? You smashed my face. You live to fight another. At least you don't trample over your offense.
Yeah, okay. If that's the narrative we'll go with, then yeah, he was just like, he was being honorable. He was saying that, you found me, and I deserve this death, I guess. He wasn't even going to put up the pretense of trying to run away. V-Tune, though, it looks like he might be able to turn. No, the Avalanche comes through the Rolling Thunder, and the relocate once again. V-Tune, the toss it away, trying to keep his Ursa alive. He's still going to go down, and now Sweden Strong, he's going to be the next victim. 4 heroes grouping up here with the Frostbite, the drive back with the Reality Rift. He get the kill, and even Collapse getting in on that at the very end.
Navi, they all want to die. They all want to die.
They're coming in. They want to try and get something from this, so they might be able to get the kill onto Maposhka. Collapse needs to move himself away from this. The lasso is going to be there, but Primal Beast, he's holding on to that BKB, and now with the familiars being dropped, but Collapse, if you want to go in, he's still got the BKB, but the overgrowth comes out. It stops him mid-charge. Sneaky cool, though, still going to go down. Bit more trample damage, and Law secures the kill with a swashbuckle. And now lays in the trees. Anything to stop this out. This time, they can't close the gap.
He knows when he can survive. That's when he runs away, and he just DPs away. Nothing about micro-familiars, use micro-familiars and that as well. That's okay for Navi. Actually, I thought of that BKB and went for the CM. They aren't going to be getting anything other than the CM, but they get the BKB of the Primal Beast, so that's quite nice. And in the end, they only lose the Batrider. Not ideal, you know, but in the current scenario, at least you're showing.
Oh, he has to use the Enrage. So he turned himself back to get the Ring of Aquila, and he just took advantage of this, and now the dive's going to come through. But like you say, the BKB down for the Primal Beast. 40 seconds before that's back up. Vichu, he's going to go taking down again. Yutaro's just running wild over these heroes. They drive back into the Frostbite. The control, the Treant Detector is going to be next. And this is just an absolute run over here from the side of TSpirit. Yutaro, he's in the base. The tier 2 towers stand, but he wants to go behind the tier 3s to make a move onto. They're going to be able to keep him alive here. It looks like Mira's going to be able to sustain him through this as well. Freezing Fury being dropped by Maposhka. 3 heroes dead on the side of Navi, and now Spirit can back up if they want to go towards. Well, they can't go towards the tier 2 tower because the creep wave is still pushed up, but still, diving tier 3s close to tier 4s when the tier 2 tower still stands. That shows you how confident TSpirit are in this third and final game.
One of stop their already dead moments. Traps himself in the trees, he gets himself out, but this game is just impossible. Navi, they don't have a way to make a play. They're just gonna wait for the Ursa BKB, and once they lose the fight with that one, because I'd love to see them winning it, they're probably gonna GG out. But you always go for that one big item timing that you've been waiting for a long time before you GG out, because it still kind of changes the kind of the current flow of the game. Obviously, here the gold lead is way too big for TSpirit, but you're hoping BKB plus a potential overdive, you can come back into the game. Other than, you know, some people, naysayers would say this is over.
Is that me? Am I the naysayer? Am I supposed to say it's over?
Is it? Do you think it's over?
I mean, you look at Yatoro, he's in a very comfortable position over the Ursa. 9-0 on 4 to the 1-4 on Vichu here. The smoke's going to come out though. They might be able to get the lockdown. Can he take down the Crystal Maiden? The Force Staff comes out and Collapse wants to go in. Pops out BKB. The Fulbright comes out. They're going to be able to take down Malady as well. Nicky Cool. Can he get himself away from this? He's popped his own BKB. Can he be able to get the last of the lockdown coming out onto the Chaos Knight? He's going to be able to pop the Manta Style. And Yatoro, can he get himself away? No, Lays does get the kill. And Yatoro is going to go down here. The Earthstone is laying it up. Miposhka though, he tries to come in with a freezing field. Collapse is going to be back in. Can he take down? He's going to be able to get the trample off. Takes down the Ursa. And now Collapse. Mira, does he have that relocate out? He's already used it to get in. So Mira, is he going to be going down next? Do they get a full 5-man wipe out of this? Mira just trying to buy time, but there's going to be the blink in the avalanche to toss back. And now Collapse. He might get collapsing with the damage coming out from the side of Navi. And Navi, there's going to be a really nice jump through here, but the onslaught, it's not going to be enough. Is it? Is this going to be enough to keep him alive? He takes down Nicky Cool. Collapse. He's running. He's still going to be taken down, and Lays will get the kill.
See there, Lays keeps his honor. Collapse, runs like a coward, and dies there. Just kidding, of course, he turned around that fight, and actually the only reason why this fight is somewhat acceptable for TSpirit, there it is, BKB on the Ursa, and they win a fight. They won that fight. TSpirit overdived into a BKB of the Ursa. The Ursa stood his ground against the CK and won, and after the CK is dead, the overwhelming damage just isn't there, and the Ursa can clean up. Obviously, in the end, it just came down to all of the heroes who were left alive don't really have that much burst damage, so it took a long time for the fight to end. But there it is. Ursa being dealing 6 3k damage in the fight, and the CK only 2k. It's something that TSpirit wouldn't expect. Perfect position for Navi. Perfect timing for Navi. This is going to be enough to win. Probably not, but it is a good start. Second, this is going to be the first throw, so it's not that big of a deal. Ursa wants to get the second. The first one, even if he loses it, it's not the end.
Yeah, and we can see here Yutaro, he's going to be able to get that Aegis. Now he wants to go towards that heart. He wants to be surviving through these fights a little bit longer. So after he got tossed, it's onto a creep. That could have been the instant bye-bye there for the Aegis. I mean, Mira was there to back him up, has that relocate if he needs it, but Yutaro, just by the randomness of the draw wasn't pulled back there, and it was the creep that got tossed back instead.
No randomness, and it's the closest target. So Sweden Strong made a mistake with the blink.
Well, I was trying to be nice to Sweden Strong. You know, we don't want to accuse the players of outright mistakes. That's just rude.
You couldn't pronounce it. Felt he was talking about. Anyways, though, still, TSpirit. Even if the CK gets tossed there, I don't know if it's the ideal scenario. You do have 2 heroes to pull people back, but having the Wisp and the Aegis, that would have been... Navi, they understand they have to fight right now. You're not getting back into the... just allowing the enemy to make this. You have to battle.
We'll see what... I mean, Collapse behind the tier 2. Gonna try and dive himself in to find out. Sweden Strong, though, in the trees away from that. And the tier 2 Spirit are stacking up, they're putting the pressure on it, and it's not even with 11 armor. Not going to live through here. You can see that Maldi's trying to do his best to cut this creep wave, you know, keep the pressure off this tier 2, but it will eventually go down.
Middle tower is under attack.
Navi are trying to force out as much as they can from this Spirit. Is it the positioning so that their Ursa knows that he's safe? Is it the BKBs? Anything just to slow things down, or at least give themselves somewhat. It's that kind of a scenario that you're in. Ursa picks up a basher other than the blink. Okay, I can get behind that. Toss back, lasso, and you want to burst someone down. So they are going for a win. This time around, I like Vichu's. Last game on a troll, I wasn't a fan, but this kind of a build actually does allow. Get a blink, you jump in, they kite you around, and it's over. You're dead. This way, you're just hoping that your teammates, which might not happen, but it can happen, bring you the prey and your attack. Let's see if Navi can execute. They get some.
Yeah, Yataro, I mean, he's got that Aegis for another 2.5 minutes, so this does keep the... I was going to say the advantage in the side of Team Spirit, but it looks like Navi, they want to smoke out and maybe look to get a pick-off here as Yataro, he's just pushing onto this tier 2 tower now as well. Maldi's going to be coming close. Does he want to go for the overgrowth? Because he's still got the tether from Mira. So Mira, if there really is danger, Mira can pull him out with the relocate.
Spirit are very careful about how they were diving before there's a... Now they're respect. Even with the Aegis, they are trying to use the other part of their... That is the ability to come in with all of their heroes without much committal, because they have a relocate. So they're pushing in all the lanes, and they are the ones now forcing Navi to stay, because they know that if they just run in, there is a chance to lose a fight, and another lost fight means that the game might not be even. Navi are in a position where they can dictate something rather than just wait for this to do something and be ready with the response.
Yeah, Vichun, like you say, he went for that basher after the BKB, so he's more bothered about being able to finish the fights and engaging on them. And I mean, you look at Vichun in terms of net worth behind, he's still about 5k behind Yataro. How does is he really bothered about catching up? Because, or is it just down to the rest of his team to enable him in these fights? Because he did take a really good one when, you know, Spirit were split up a little bit.
It's better to be rich than to be poor. That's what I'm gonna say here. So he would like to catch up, but it's not impossible for him to play the game. Hard.
Yeah.
He puts a lot of it on his team's shoulders. But of course, if he could, he would have more. The problem is they're not controlling. They're just running where they think they're enemy.
Yeah. Okay, and the smoke comes out from Spirit now as well, so we might see 30 seconds left on the Aegis. Yataro might want to try and make something happen with this Maldi. He's going to be the furthest one forward, so the smoke is going to break. Collapse, though. If we get the drag by the lasso comes out, the right place, but it's going to be the reactor coming through. Now the Phantasm, he might be able to take down Vichu, but Vichu's got the enrage. He's got that BKB, trying to chase down with Collapse. Collapse is getting really down low. The Rolling Thunder just come through, and Yataro, he takes down Maldi. Might even be able to take down Sweden Strong as well. They both do have buybacks out of this. He pulls out a Phantasm, but again, the Aegis is going to be reclaimed, and Yataro, he's still going to be really happy with this. Everybody on the side of Team Spirit are still up, and they should be able to take down this tier 2 tower in the mid lane.
No hesitation from Navi, but just not enough. That's the reality of it. Like, I liked what they did. I liked how they had to deal with the current situation. It was just shown there and then that Collapse doesn't even get the Lotus Orb off, and that is a big
as well. They're going to be able to take down Vichun. Vichun, he has no buyback. He's going to be dead for the next 50 seconds. Yeah, 200 gold away. So, you know, a couple of bounty runes would be able to get him back in this game, but Navi just can't get themselves out of the base. And Spirit, they're going to claim at least a tier 3 tower, maybe even a lane of racks off this.
They're not the fastest of pushers, and they'll lose the phantasm, but they'll have one fairly soon. The thing about that last fight is they caught collapse, but Vichun didn't want to BKB. And I think they didn't expect a little bit more jumping. After that stun connected, it was, I think, certain the collapse was going to survive, and the fight was going to go badly for them.
Dire's middle barracks is falling.
Yeah, now, lol. I mean, he's going to be TPing himself away to push out the spot. I was just watching the celebration there coming out from Collapse as well. So, because he does have the Aghanim Scepter up as well. So, the Uproar will be putting out the projectiles, you know, the waves, the 2 splits up. And he just, you know, he gets himself out. He's going to continue to push as well, going on to this top lane now as well to apply the pressure. And you can see that Yatoro, he's just going to continue. He's actually going to be going for the Mage Slayer into the Bloodstone as well, it looks like, as well, here on the Chaos Knight. Before he goes back for anything like a BKB or something like that, he's so confident in the rest of the team to be able to keep himself alive with the Phantasm there, with the AC, the Manta style as well, that he's not too bothered about the potential stun lock coming out for Navi.
If you jump someone and that hero dies, the fight is over.
Yeah.
The thing is that Navi don't have the gold necessary to have the defensive items to help there. The only one that has a way to remove it is the Visage, but if stunned, he's not going to be able to use it. I'm liking that. You know, that is the thing. TSpirit want to jump in, burst someone. That's what their lineup is. I don't think it's built to do, but at this point in the game, this is how you break the formation of the enemies. You destroy them completely and utterly. Let's say you get the silence into Vichun and the stun, he's just gonna die without you. That's gonna be it.
We'll see how they're going to make this happen here. Nicky Cool, he's got himself the Blink Dagger, he's got himself the BKB, so he's got a good option to get in. But like you say, the last time they got in, they got onto Collapse with 3k health and 28 armor. He is a big, scary beast, and it's so hard to take him down that he's definitely not the target that you want to jump. But even if he gets involved in this fight, you know, the disruption that the Primal Beast offers as well, Navi just can't deal with it at the minute.
He has 28 armor, but he also has the upper 20 more.
Yes!
53, sorry, if he has the sea kick. That's just the beat. Oh, 48, sorry, without the sea kick. So Collapse does not die. That is kind of the conclusion that we're getting. So Navi needs to find another target. So ideally it's the Fango. He has the Aeon Disc, doesn't die. CK is your target, but he's probably going to be staying on. This is very tough for Navi. It's not like they have vision. I wouldn't want to be in their face. Spirit itemized so they don't get bursted. If they don't get bursted down, they win the fight.
Yeah. Well, they might try and make a jump happen here. There's going to be the talk back as well, but like you say, Lyle, he's going to be able to survive the Lotus up. He even comes out afterwards. He's going to be able to pop the double damage rune here now as well. Getting himself on top of the tiny caught in the staircase. He seems to be rolled down. He gets the kill, and the last shot does come through, but again, the Primal Beast do have the damage this time. He pops that BKB. They're not going to be able to take him down, and they're even going to be able to get themselves on top of Laze, and Laze not going to be able to get himself away from this one. Yatsuro gets the kill. So they're going to go even further. The buybacks come through from the 2 kills on the side of Navi. Can they get themselves into this fight before he goes overboard, and they take down Vichun. Vichun's dead. The freezing field, the celebrations comes out. They're going to be able to find the tiny again. The stun lock coming through, and they get the kill onto Sweden Strong. Laze, he needs to get himself back in the base, but the rouser, it comes out. It's going to be Silence. Collapse gets himself on top. The Pulverize is going to be there now as well. They're just absolutely cleaning up.
That was the, you know, you can say best that Navi can hope for in terms of how the fight is going to go, how things are going to develop inside of it.